is a Cosmic Octave original podcast.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Are you ready? Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler. I like how we got the Are we ready? That shows that
I think
we're...
is it really a show unless we fuck it up? You know.
This episode is brought to you by the Council on Christmas.
Oh wow.
The NCOC.
You know, I'm a really annoyed.
National Council on
Why
Christmas.
did I go Mario? I'm a really annoyed.
It's the organization is NCOC, the National Council on Christmas,
Which is real, right? Because the Camerons run it.
Which we'll get to that, but the anagram is NCOC.
Okay, take with that what you will.
We could
Is
just
that
call
the
it.
phrase? I always think I
We
say
could
that
just
wrong.
call it Council on Christmas and just call it cock.
Council on Christmas Kindness. Cock.
No, it's not. Listen.
You know what? No, you know, it'd be a funny comedy sketch if it was like one of those people that are like QAnon people, are like Save the Children, and it's like we got to think of a cool name like, and protect Christmas, you know. So Council on Christmas Kids, cock.
I just want to make sure that every school child in America has a T-shirt that says cock on it. To make sure.
I will not rest until I see a cock on every child. Wow, that's them.
That's them.
That's not me.
Hello, out of context.
Somebody's gonna clip that so easily.
Oh yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. Is as we get into the show.
Did you notice how fast I got out of that joke?
Right.
No, they said it.
Right, exactly. Well, yeah, it's parody, of course, satire and whatever. But the point is that you'll notice as this episode goes along that we're tired of one thing, and it's motherfucking piece of shit bigoted adults.
Think that Disney are groomers
who are trying to tell young people who have the bravery to know who they are and to tell it to the world as young as they are, which I didn't. I'm not saying I'm gay, but no, but you know what I mean? Like I did not nearly have that courage.
Yeah, no, especially
so good for them.
Even especially when you were growing up, and then still it was not as accepted as it is now.
And that's good.
School. And that's a good thing, absolutely. Yeah. But we'll get to that. We'll talk to that. Talk about that.
Point is, it's not grooming; it's representation. That's what these guys fail to recognize.
We'll talk about that later. We'll get
there. We'll get there.
So
let's. Dr. Pepper's giving me the burps.
We reviewed Wakanda Forever last week. You and I talked about it. We both enjoyed the movie.
Fucking
The
great.
movie had its flaws, but overall, we both enjoyed it.
I loved it.
I would say mixed to positive was the reaction. Mostly positive.
It was mixed to positive, leaning towards positive.
Mixed to positive means that you're leaning positive. You say mixed.
Oh.
Learn your lingo, you piece.
So, like, if it was positive to mixed, we'd be leaning mixed.
If it was mixed to negative, we wouldn't like it as much.
Well, how come? Well,
I don't know. Who made this up? I did.
You fucking did.
I made this all up.
Shithead.
Not the terminology.
God damn
I
it.
just made up the rules.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, we enjoyed Wakanda Forever. It did pretty well.
It's good.
For a November release, box office, which is so funny is the people.
November release? I thought it was not November.
You proud of yourself?
No.
I'm over here doing that.
I'm trying to do news.
We should just scrap this episode.
And you're just making cum jokes.
We have said too many things that we could get in trouble out of context.
Maybe we should just.
No, I think it's good.
Okay.
I don't care about my reputation.
I don't give a damn about my bad reputation.
It was so good, I might get copyrighted. That sounded just like Joe.
Right? When we post this video, it's going to be like
copyright claim.
Checking, and for the first time ever, it's going to go ding, ding, ding.
Copyright.
You fucking piece of shit.
You know who hit me with a copyright claim? Fucking Halo. When I did I talked over the entire trailer.
We don't like regular people talking about our games because then other regular people might want to buy it.
No, it was the show.
Oh.
And I
had
the trailer, but there's no sound. I talked over it. It's completely commentary. But they were like, no. doesn't count. So I was
Suck-
like, whatever. I mean, whatever.
Why is my go-to suck a dick? I gotta.
You
gotta
chill.
stop that. Damn.
But also these anti-fan guys are trying to spin it too, because the movie did successful. Had I think one of the biggest November openings ever. Made $400 million, I think, was the opening weekend. And then they're using these shitty semantics. It was like, look at this 72% drop on a Monday, and I'm like, it's a fucking Monday.
Yeah,
Everybody's
people
working.
have to go to work.
You're like, yeah, but even Mondays for like Thor: Love and Thunder and Doctor Strange, people went and saw it, and I'm like, homie, you lost. If you have got to sit down and be like, well, it's a 72 on a Monday on this specific day.
If you got to tweak the math to suit you remember when we talked on the old beloved tinfoil radio about the flat Earth guy?
Yeah.
Or no, was it? Yeah. I can't remember if it was flat Earth or not, but they had these stations all around the world, and they were talking. I can't remember what it was, but they had these stations to prove something, and they had to adjust it.
Oh yeah, when they had a giant level.
Yeah, what was it? Was it flat Earth people?
Yeah, it was on that. It was the net.
Yeah.
It was beyond the curve.
So we played a clip of this guy, and he literally was like, "Well, the first time we did it, it showed the wrong. It didn't show what we expected. So then we had to recalibrate the instruments, and then it showed it.
And it proved
like,
and it proved a curvature. It proved the Earth was round.
Yeah. So
anyway,
yeah.
And this is I bring this up because
if you got to
making that much money is good.
Yeah.
But this movie is still gonna get hurt because Wakanda Forever is banned in China.
I am okay with movies being banned in China.
Yeah, because fuck China.
Because human rights have been banned in China. What?
Yeah, they have imprisonment camps there, so not cool.
Oh, did you also know? Tell people. Let's get into why it was banned. Sorry, but I got to talk about that too. Sorry, I didn't.
So
mean
the
to
last 7 MCU movies have been shut out of China.
Mm-hmm.
So the last one to open there was Spider-Man: Far From Home in 2019.
Well,
which, by the way, that was 3 years ago, but that was 7 movies ago. Jesus Christ, Marvel. So the reasons vary for Marvel's absence from China, but it largely has to do with political and cultural sensitivities.
Gay.
Thor gay people. Which, by the way,
that's all it is.
It's a throwaway bit. Like
I love. Yeah.
It is the most ham-fisted, lazy.
There are various reasons relating to political sensitivity. Just say it. You don't like gay people.
Tyler, if you're going to complain for the right reasons.
Yes.
And I'm not going to be aggro like I was for Doctor Strange because I don't know why I got super mad about that. But it's the same shit. It's the laziest thing of representation of like, well, this character happens to be gay. It's like, oh, okay.
Sure.
Whatever.
Sure.
And honestly, that was enough for Japan, for China, excuse me. Well, the reason I mentioned
the entire movie.
The reason I mentioned Japan is they were using they were saying that Black Panther, the anti-fans were claiming that Black Panther was losing to an anime that was out in the box office in Japan, like it was an anime movie. And it's like, again, you're going to Japan's market to prove a point when any other movie you talk about the U.S. market. So what's the deal? But anyway, so China has banned the last 7 Marvel movies, especially because the last 7 have been a little bit more, bit more representation, and woke.
Well, this segment,
Marvel.
this next segment I'm about to do, or this next talking I'm about to do, is completely tongue-in-cheek and, of course, satirical. But, well, you know why? Because there's no gay people in China.
I just also want to... Well, yeah, gay people don't exist
in China. No, what they did was they were like, hey, there's no more gay people in China, and all the gay people were like, well, that's not true. And then they were like, no, seriously, there's no gay people in China. And a lot of them were like, maybe I'm not gay anymore.
People tend to forget.
But then the people who were like, hey, no, I'm still gay, they disappeared overnight forever. Yeah. And nobody ever saw them again.
Never came back.
Because they were murdered probably, or put in internment camps. But the bottom line is that they made sure, China shows the world how to get how to do true conversion therapy,
which is what
we'll fucking murder you if you think you're gay.
Some of these fundamentalist Christian lunatics would believe that. Yeah.
And that's fucking awful, by the way.
Well, people tend to forget that they don't realize that not a lot of countries, but there are still some countries that have outlawed gayness at all.
Yes.
Like homosexuality, lesbians, gay, like none of that is allowed. So you want
to know a stat that I found?
It goes back to what I want to talk about.
I
joked about, like, this is going to be one of the gayest episodes, because a lot of this is focused around how gay people are being treated still in 2022.
It's fucking awful, dude. It's fucking awful. But
And we can segue into that, into the Griff report out of this, because I think they both tie well together. But essentially, Wakanda
I have
Forever's
like a
banned.
10-second factoid.
I know. Just let me finish this.
Got it.
We're gonna stay on Wakanda Forever. The whole reason for this ban is stupid, because you and I have seen the movie. Mm-hmm. It's literally a line of dialogue in a throwaway scene. Like I said, it's the laziest form of representation that every corporation does, and we gotta hit the demographic, we gotta get the check mark. And so oh, this really cool character, she's gay, and I was like, okay, whatever. But you're gonna limit a whole. You're not gonna let your people see it because of one little thing.
I'd like to point out that where we want to get as a society is a place where a throwaway line does not elicit that reaction, that it doesn't elicit any reaction.
No.
That's where we want to be as a society. I'd like to say that. So however you want to say represent, I don't mind at all, because I was talking to somebody the other day. Hey, I'm a white guy. I've been represented in media for hundreds of years. I'm okay with learning about other cultures and seeing more diverse faces on the screen, because
white
honestly,
people just can't get work anymore, dude.
Gets right.
But yeah, sorry.
No, but quick factoid: most of the countries, Pornhub did a survey, and most of the countries,
beautiful source.
most of the countries, hey, say what you will, they know who they are and they never lie about it.
Hey man, they got great statistical metrics. I'm not gonna say
just
no.
saying, they know who they are and they don't lie about it.
I agree.
Like some politicians.
I know what point you're trying to make. Make your point.
But most of the countries that have banned homosexuality, the most watched, most searched for category in those countries is gay porn.
Well, yeah, it makes sense.
Right, but I'm like, yeah. Look at how good you guys did getting rid of gayness.
And before you want,
oh, you didn't?
And before
you just made them afraid of their lives? Well, fuck you.
And if you want to disparage anything he just said and be like, "Oh, Pornhub is your source," you can learn a lot about people by the porn they watch.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. You can. Yeah.
Listen, the porn you watch. There's a great line in Till Death. And he's like, they're talking to this one guy who's never seen porn, and they're like, the porn you watch with your lady friend has to be tasteful, you know?
You gotta have a story, dude.
But the porn you watch with yourself
is depraved.
Can be anything, because I don't judge me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, anyway, yeah, it's silly. It's a waste. They're gonna, and that does suck. I mean, it doesn't, because whatever, Disney's a giant corporation, but it does hurt the movie, and that sucks for the filmmakers. I feel bad for Coogler and everybody involved.
I do too, but to be really brutally
but it's not
honest,
a failure.
To be really brutally honest, stop even offering movies to China.
Yeah, fuck
Tell
China.
them, hey, until you fix
Also,
your human rights violations, your daily fucking violations of human rights, we're not giving you jack shit. In fact, all fucking diplomatic relations are cut off until you fucking figure out how to treat your fucking citizens as
and
human
not
beings.
put Muslims in fucking camps.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
I still can't believe that.
I know that I may be damaging any chance of my entertainment career taking off by just saying fuck
well, you know what
China.
pisses me off?
But fuck
you
China.
know what pisses me off is when you can clearly tell them,
not the people in China,
when you can clearly tell
the
them
government of China
pandering to the government of China.
Yeah,
and
we'll just take that part out.
Look at Transformers and look at that where they intentionally go to China,
of course,
and they intentionally have a Chinese ally in the Independence Day resurgence or whatever. Because they're
there have
clearly
been some
going for that.
fucking examples of just bending over for the Chinese regime, dude.
And again, these grifters, these anti-fans, if you would target your anger at things like that makes sense, where your story has to compromise to appeal to a foreign government,
right?
That is something you should bitch about,
right?
And hey, give credit where credit's due. If they have bitched about that in the right way, I would agree with it. But knowing them, they probably haven't.
Where's OFAC during all this? The Office of Foreign Asset Control. That's what I want to fucking know. And by the way, I'm learning about this because I just started at credit union.
And look,
we've been training.
we shouldn't, and that's also a big problem. That is a big problem with Hollywood and how movies are made now, where we have to
Because
get
everybody's gay.
we have all the gays. No,
According to Tim
absolutely
Allen,
not.
we'll get to him.
Again, do not clip
Of course,
this show,
yeah,
please.
It's fine.
Anything out of context.
People will know. No, people will know that we're
Well, there's a whole
people get the joke
Yeah,
if they listen to us. If they, whatever.
anyway.
Which is what
It
RK
does
Alpha could
suck.
say about us.
It does suck that has to happen, and I think we should exist in a world where fuck China. We don't need their market. If they want to be bigots and they don't want to, if they want to not allow any, we'll segue into the Griff report because they somehow these people, these idiots, because maybe they're not and and it's not even.
Well, they don't believe in human rights.
Stop. I'm not going to make that stereotype that they're gay themselves, that people are bigoted to gays. That's not true.
It's also a little bit harmful. I've used that before too, and it's a little bit
I've joked
harmful.
about that before,
Yeah,
and
it's a
and
little
that's,
bit.
and that's not true.
I get
There's
it.
just hateful people out there.
Yeah.
But they think, and we'll get into it with Ryan Canal and Ben Shapiro, who makes an appearance in the show. We haven't had him since the Batman.
Oh, and I was having such a great life. And then Ben fucking
But they
Shapiro.
think that if you show a gay couple
is
on
that Crowder?
screen to a
Yeah.
child, they think that the child is going to turn gay. That doesn't work that way.
So yeah. So a great example. I've told you the story before. I was sitting outside this deli I worked at in Denver, and this mom walked by with her kid and another kid in the stroller, right? And I was talking to somebody sitting at the tables outside this deli. And she walked by with her kids, and I was talking to this person, not very loud, just, between the two of us. And I said the word shit. And the kids did not notice the word. But the mom decided to stop and get all fucking sorts of sanctimonious because I said the word shit in front of her children. She used the word shit to say stop using the word. She literally said stop
saying shit.
You shouldn't say shit in front of children.
Well, shit.
You know what you did, Mom? You just made sure that your two kids know exactly
It's
what a
bad
swear word
word,
is, okay? So guess what? If you're a parent and you're watching a movie with your kids, okay, and there's like two of the same gender
Kiss or
being
a couple,
loving towards each other, you make a big stink about that, they're gonna think something's wrong. Because that's not what it's about representation, not about
It's
whatever
all it is,
grooming, I think they call it.
All it is trying to do.
Fucking idiots.
And the same people, they get mad about when people are making something, they say, hey, we want to when they want to have more diversity and they want to do something a little bit different, like with the Rings of Power, that show that was mercilessly attacked by anti-fan idiots.
Oh God, yes.
When they say we want to reflect the world we live in.
Yeah.
And
look around,
and what
motherfuckers.
all these movies are trying to do,
look outside your gated communities,
is normalize gay marriage and normalize gay couples because it is normal.
Yes,
it's not a weird thing. You realize that in the animal kingdom, there's been evidence of homosexual relationships. Yes. Like
lot.
Go to a dog park. Dude dogs will hump dude dogs. They don't care.
Chimpanzees,
they'll make out.
A lot of the primates.
A
lot of the primates do that.
Anyway, just for my sake, for editing, we are officially now in the Grift report.
Okay,
that's future me. That's me talking to myself. So yeah, we kind of segued into it. So, and I'm a little upset by this because Disney, for whatever reason, we found out that they've, like everybody else, they've had to make layoffs. Not like
Oh, that's a really cool ad for a game on your soundboard. Let's skip the podcast and play that instead.
I'm trying to fucking skip back to my soundboard and the game won't let me.
I love these free. I have a free MP3 player. They're fucking worthless.
All of it is.
It really is. Yeah, it's free, except for you're gonna watch all these dumbass ads that drain all your fucking data. Thanks.
So I've smashed my phone. So we don't have a sound. No, I slapped. Tyler laughed at me because I slapped my phone.
I do the same thing.
I slapped it like a fucking monkey. Like
no, sometimes if I'm like sitting outside my car and like a website isn't loading very fast, I'll go like this to my phone.
See,
like what are you doing?
Shit like that is just more proof we're primates because my phone was not cooperating. That's what I mean. I went first react is to slap. Hey. We'll save that. That's Tim Allen. We'll talk about that later. Let's get into it. So Disney as I was mentioning, I'm upset because Disney hasn't been doing enough to promote Strange World, which is their new animated film,
which looks fantastic.
It's weird. It's got the like Johnny.
It's on. You said it's on Disney Plus.
No. That's the problem. That's the fucking problem because they have conditioned all of us to watch their animated shit on Disney Plus because that's where families watch it.
Right.
So when they release things theatrical, we're like, oh, that's out in a theater? I didn't know that. But no, it's coming to... but that's what I mean. And which is fine. I think, and this is what's pissing me off because Bob Chapek, they had to make cuts like everybody else, and he made cuts to animation. The Spider-Man show is dead. Freshman year.
Fuck you.
Is dead.
Actually, I don't care.
But why are you cutting animation when you have been built? Disney was built on animation.
Was it?
And to
no shit.
And to
it wasn't on.
Shut up. And to toss it all away and be like, well, this just isn't working for us. How do you think you got all these fucking Disney Plus subscribers? Yeah, you'll get Star Wars fans, you'll get Marvel fans, but you're gonna get parents. Because all of your animated shit is there, and you've conditioned us to watch it all on Disney Plus. So why are you putting this movie out in theaters, shipping it out to fail? I just don't understand.
Fucking assholes.
And it definitely will fail because idiots won't see it like they did with Lightyear. Because guess what? We have to talk about Lightyear in November for a movie that came out in June because we're mad about gay people again.
Oh.
Yeah, see, it's 2022.
What is going on? What?
People forget. I mentioned that there's countries that have homosexuality being illegal. People forget we've only had gay marriage federally legal since 2014.
Yeah.
Okay.
And since then, there's been merciless attacks by numerous sources on it.
And
including in our own state, which is seriously
Clarence
sucks.
Thomas has said they are looking into repealing it.
Yes.
So these people are, again, under attack for no fucking reason other than existing.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all they've done. So let's talk about
Hey,
two clips here.
Okay, but real quick, let's actually codify what gay people have done. Okay?
They were gay. That's what they did.
No. They loved.
Love is illegal if you're gay.
That's it.
That's really what it is.
They loved somebody that somebody else was like, that's not right.
Yeah.
But they're both consenting adults. Shut the fuck up.
I'm going to do something different, folks. We got 2 clips for
Sometimes
Strange
it's
World.
3.
We got 2 clips for Strange World. But we have a new segment inside a segment because it's the time of the year. It's that season, Christmas season. We got a special Christmas segment.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to try and do at least one special Christmas segment a week.
Yeah, because these
We'll
fuckers keep popping up right about
so
now,
let's go back to Strange
Those
World.
sons of bitches.
So again, this is the first time Disney has a gay main character in a movie, and I think movie in general, but at the very least an animated movie.
Sure.
So there's gay teens in this.
Uh-huh.
So of course, still 2022, but homophobes still exist.
Yeah.
And their names are Ryan Cannell and Ben Shapiro.
No.
Yeah.
Those guys.
But again, they think that if you
I thought they were cool.
They think somehow, Tyler, that their sexuality was tied to something they saw on TV, and I can guarantee you it wasn't. Because Tyler,
we know
let me
that.
ask you a question, because I'll answer it myself. I didn't just choose to be attracted to women; I just was. Did you?
Yeah, no, I figured out pretty early on that I really like the way girls smell.
But listen,
and I like what I
listen. You
around
didn't
them.
have a choice in it. It just happened, right? You were just attracted to women. You don't know why. You're just attracted to them, right? So are gay people. They're just attracted to the same sex. That's the only difference. That's really it. That's it. But anyway, these people think that somehow if a kid sees it on TV, the kid will be gay.
And that's the point I made with the swearing. Yeah, you calm the
You
fuck
made
down.
it a thing.
Right.
Most kids,
and it isn't.
And I guarantee you
it shouldn't be.
I guarantee you. If I sat down and watched a movie, and I've done it before, if I sat down and watched it with my 4-year-old niece, and she watches a movie, because Lincoln can't really comprehend movies yet, but anyway, my son, he's 8 months old, almost 8 months.
I love him.
She's not going to notice anything if there's a gay couple on screen.
No.
Because kids don't care about that shit.
No.
You do. Adults do. Kids don't. Kids don't. Anyway, Ryan Cannell.
Adults who are homophobic, by the way.
Ryan, not enough good white people in the Batman Canal. Ryan, George Floyd Memorial Canal.
Ryan, my culture got stolen from me, even though it's fucking regurgitated back at us on cable 24/7 for the last 100 years.
Has some talking points. Because remember, this shit is cyclical. This is how it's a grift. People keep saying, how is it a grift? How is this a grift? How is this a grift? Because it's cyclical. We heard the same shit we're hearing now for Strange World, and he himself and Ben Shapiro both tie it back to Lightyear for me, so I don't even got to prove it. They say it in the clips.
Right.
But we did this 5 months ago already. Here we go. Ryan Cannell.
disaster. And why? Well, it's because, in large part, the movie was full of identity politics. That's
Talk
one
about
of the
Lightyear.
ways that they promoted it, and it's one of the things that bit Disney in their ass when they fought the state of Florida about sexualizing children, all these things.
They weren't sexualizing
And then
anybody.
it turns out that they are also inserting those things in the Lightyear movie. People were not happy
You like to
about
talk
it.
about inserting
well, the
things,
same
don't you, Ryan?
things are in Strange World. Upcoming Disney tune Strange World features gay teens. We heard it from Disney themselves. We have a not-so-secret gay agenda, and we know the most vulnerable population. We know who they are, and we're going to go after kids. That's what they said.
Are gay and trans kids who you are fucking making, whose lives you are making harder by being a fucking piece of shit.
I said this 5 months
That's
ago.
the most vulnerable part of our population, are gay and trans kids, and they are constantly under attack
Bullied.
by adults.
And they-
like you, asshole!
And then you wonder why trans kids and gay kids kill themselves.
Yes! Fuck you, guys.
Like that's really what pisses me off. Is this?
I can't believe
in some cases
they get off on this. They
Yeah.
get off on causing other people real pain.
Yeah, because there's such.
Fuck you, dude.
And I don't look. I'm done. I am done. I'm done giving the people the benefit of the doubt. These are nasty, horrible people.
fucking pieces of shit.
And they believe. No, Ryan is a fucking piece of shit.
He's a racist. He's a
bigot.
bigot. He's a misogynist. Those are facts.
Another proof, because sometimes
We're
I
not
like
going to go any further
another
because that could be
another
libelous.
example. Another example why I fucking hate this piece of gutter trash.
Parody.
I was
satire. Lawyers.
You know that he's like if he this will never reach him.
If
but,
he gave a
but,
shit,
but if he
yeah.
ever did, he would just pull the joke I made at the beginning of the show and just he will clip that and his
course.
audience will buy it because they have the brains of goldfish. What I'm saying
The
is,
brains of goldfish.
you know, there's another one I almost covered that I just decided
the
not to.
IQ
It's
of
called
mayonnaise.
Clownfish TV. They were the ones who like attacked Kevin Smith. Which, by the way, they hate Kevin Smith so much they attacked him for crying at a movie. It's like, I'm sorry this man is in touch with his emotions and felt something watching a movie. But anyway,
Yeah.
I was randomly because again, I unfortunately because of what we do, I get a lot of this shit in my algorithm, and it was a random thing about Hogwarts Legacy, the new Harry Potter game.
Okay.
And Ryan Cannell in that live stream said I wasn't really interested, but then trans people hate J.K. Rowling and we're mad at her, so now I'm interested and I want to play it. And it's like, and they all laughed, and I'm like,
That's how
Do you not-
That's how you decide to do things.
you know what really scares me is Ryan was in the military.
Oh God.
That's what scares me the most. Is people like that who
Can we look up his record? I wonder if
He's
he
a
was,
patriot. Also, hey. You know what's the great irony of this?
What?
Or not even irony. The thing. No, I used the wrong
Sure,
word.
okay.
The great proof that these people believe the stupid, hurtful shit they say.
It's not just
This
an
motherfucker last week
act. Ooh.
posted on Twitter with him and his best friend Jeremy, who I'm telling you, dude, look at him. I don't think either of them have eyebrows. I'm just saying. They were at a DeSantis.
Listen,
and I'm not trying to make fun. I'm not trying to make fun of
if
looks.
that's
I'm
part
just
of
making an observation.
If that's part of a mental condition that they feel
Fuck
they
'em.
no.
Fuck these people. No, fuck these people. I don't care.
No, I'm talking about the eyebrows. If they like shave them because they have like OD,
Oh yeah,
OCD
of course.
or
We don't
something.
want to make fun of somebody's medical
No,
condition.
but
I'm not
still,
doing-
fuck you because you don't get help.
But see,
for
that's
it.
how much I hate them. Because I'm like, no, fuck them. Because they don't give the same people the respect that I would give them. And I was like, no. That's the point. I'm going to give them respect. If it is a medical condition, I do apologize.
Right,
But
fuck them anyway.
But I'm serious.
'Cause they're
They took a
pieces of
selfie
shit.
together, and I could not find any evidence of eyebrows. I'm
No
just saying.
eyebrows.
Observation.
Not even a whisper.
They were at a Ron DeSantis event.
Oh God.
They were Ron DeSantis guys. So
of course they are.
There's
do,
no-
do they all live in Florida?
So it's just look. Steve Bannon admitted it in 2016 with Gamergate. They know the fascists are learning how to infect our fandoms. They're learning and infect our youth, and they know how to do it.
It's very insidious, and you won't even know it until your kid shows up
When
one
you-
day
when-
to breakfast and goes, "Hi, Hitler!" And, you're like,
and
"Oh,
I'm so
oh my
and I'm
God.
so sick of these motherfuckers.
Where did you learn that?
I'm so sick of them saying free speech and people should be allowed to say whatever they want. But the minute there's
That's
a gay
fine,
couple,
but there should be consequences.
there's a gay couple in a movie, they want to be like, oh no, this is wrong, this is terrible, no, this shouldn't be, why are they doing? They're not saying not release the movie, but they're immediately dismissing the movie and telling people they're indoctrinating your kids. They are treating it as propaganda.
Yeah. When what they are doing is literal propaganda.
Yes,
themselves,
if
everything that comes out of their mouths.
And I want to educate people and make a good point. I'm not being hyperbole, like filling with hyperbole.
No.
This line of thought, this line of belief is fascist.
Yes.
When you take art and turn it into propaganda
Yes.
and make it a social engineering thing, you are a fascist.
You should go and watch Loquisha. That's... You want to see a movie that is propaganda? Actually, no. I wouldn't even give it the respect.
Favorite part.
I wouldn't give it the respect.
That poor.
We didn't even make it 5 minutes into it.
I do want to watch it for dumpster diving, but I'm trying to put it off as much as possible.
Oh yes, dude. Because the first 5 minutes was so fucking cringe,
gosh,
dude.
The Indian accent in the first 5 minutes. Anyway,
you should tell people what to do.
One more clip.
Okay.
From our boy.
Oh, thank God.
Benny Shapiro. Benny Shaps. Ben Shapiro. Who, I got to give the man credit. He's consistent. He just doesn't like gay people because he had a segment with everybody's favorite bigot piece of shit, Matt Walsh. Oh, Jake, you're using inflammatory language. Matt Walsh openly said he's a fascist.
Yes.
Matt Walsh has openly said that we should go after adults that go through transition.
Yeah.
He hates trans people.
Yes.
He hates them.
Fuck him.
Him and Ben Shapiro were debating gay marriage in 2022.
Like they have any business because neither one of them is gay.
And I say this as background.
Shut up.
I say this as background. Ben Shapiro has said on his show the whole point of marriage is to reproduce. That is what he said on the show.
Wow.
So I say, what about straight couples that want to get married and just want to be married?
Yes.
Who accept it as a union of love for the rest of your life?
What about a straight couple that gets married and never has kids of their own because they can't reproduce for whatever medical reasons? Does that mean that they're not traditional marriage? Fuck you, asshole. Way to fucking call into question a very private thing between me and my wife, you son of a bitch.
Exactly.
Fuck you, dude.
Exactly. But I use it as background and give you a point. He's consistent.
I'm not married.
He told Dave Rubin, who's gay, to his face, he would not go to a barbecue or wouldn't go to his wedding because he's gay.
Oh, darn.
But again, that's what I mean. Is like
you weren't invited anyway. You fucking
just
fascist.
because the Supreme Court ruled in favor of gay marriage in 2014 does not mean that these bigots don't exist. They exist and they're alive and well.
They came out more after it was.
They got emboldened by Trump, and so
Oh yes.
Anyway, here's Ben Shapiro.
For Disney's Strange World, right? That's going to come out next week, just in advance of Thanksgiving. Presumably, it'll do big box office because parents won't know what to do with their kids over the Thanksgiving Day weekend. So here is your warning:
I am Ben Shapiro.
If you're a parent and you do not wish your kids to see a gay teen romance, don't take your kids to see Strange World. Your choice, your kids. I'm just giving you the heads up. Disney has said that they have a not at all secret gay agenda. They said this publicly.
It's funny how they say the same thing.
In giant meetings. The heads of Disney talked about their trans kid and their non-gender binary kids and how everybody, your kids, need to be educated in the ways of this sort of subjective individualist sexual culture. It's very important that your kids be indoctrinated into this. Well, we already had Lightyear, which was a dramatic fail at the box office, featuring a lesbian couple targeted
for
at
5
6, 7
seconds,
year-old
not
kids.
even.
And now Strange World, which is targeted at 5, 6, 7-year-old kids, features a gay teen romance. Isn't this exciting stuff? Because this is what America is truly the value that I think stands for all of us is gay teen romance for small children.
So I wanted to start this here.
I got a whole thing, but yeah, I'll let you go first.
Talks about kids and sex more than anybody I know.
Yeah, that's.
I'm just pointing that out, and I've said that months. Look, that is your problem, Ben.
Yeah.
There's nothing sexual about a gay couple. Unless you're showing them fucking, which they're not going to.
No.
There's nothing sexual about it. There's nothing sexual. You made it sexual. It's like Tyler's example. You made it a curse word because you made it a big deal. Every time this motherfucker talks about gay people, it always goes back to sex. It always goes back to marriage is to create a child. And look, Ben, look. You and your wife clearly have an interesting setup because you can't make her come, and that's fine. And that's fine. You don't know what a wet.
This is from your own mouth, dude.
Hey, it's not our fault. He doesn't know what a wet pussy is. But my point is this. My point is this. You fucking loser.
Yeah.
Is this? Stop thinking everything that is gay has to do with sex. People that are gay, not everything in my, as a straight guy, not everything in my life, everything in my anything, it has to do with sex. Same for a gay person.
I think
unless you work in porn, sex isn't something you have to deal with every day.
I think you can literally prove the point by walking into any public place and seeing all of the couples who are not currently fucking.
Because holding hands.
Because they're in public. They wouldn't be fucking in public.
Yeah.
So here's my thing about it, and the problem is I worked for the Women's Crisis Center in Denver, and we went canvassing door to door, and we try and get money for the thing. But we'd also leave things like we would go to schools and talk to kids about good touch versus bad touch. We basically were hoping to empower these kids to say if something happens to them that it's okay to say that happened to me, whatever, to empower them to be in control of their own bodies. So that if somebody tries to like fuck with them, that they can say no and run and tell somebody, right? They know the difference, right? And part of that also was showing what healthy love is, healthy, loving.
Yeah, because they're
things.
They only know pain and suffering,
right?
And, associated with that.
But a lot of people don't know what healthy love is. I sometimes in my life I've been guilty of it. I've been the recipient of it. Of unhealthy love. And
yeah, I think everybody
has
been in a relationship that, looking back on it, they could say was toxic, or
right?
Whatever, yeah.
For whatever reasons, and especially the one I was just out of. But the point is that we're trying to tell these kids that it's okay to love whoever they want. And part of empowering them to own their own bodies is to be able to say you can love who you want, whether it's another boy or another girl. And that's what this is about. It's not about grooming, motherfucker. They're already gay.
Tyler, can I play armchair psychologist?
Yes.
Armchair psychologist. I don't have a degree, so take it with a grain of salt.
You don't.
As you were saying that, a thought popped into my head. Because
Yes.
I was like, he's making a good point. Because you talk about how they only accept the love, they only accept the love they've had or they think they deserve. And that is associated with abusive people, right? Right? Well, Ben, did your dad not love you? Is there something weird with your dad? Is there something weird with your family? Because what's going on? Why do you constantly attack people? Why do you constantly need to do it? Same with Ryan Cannell. Same with all these fucking losers. Why do you? And look, I'm trying not to call them names. Let's just break it down to the most simple thing. Who hurt you? Because you have to have been hurt by someone to truly believe this stuff.
And I'm sorry for that young kid who got hurt.
Yeah, because this shit is, or whoever threw you your first big paycheck from this grift.
Yeah.
I feel bad for you because you don't understand that this is just not how people are in 2022, and that's okay. Are there things that I've done or said in the past that I thought were funny and edgy, and I look now and I think that's wrong and fucked up? Absolutely.
I know when you're all right. Go ahead.
And it's like I've learned to change, and I've learned that's wrong. Why can't these people? Because it makes them money, and that's all they care about is making money and hurting other people. Because I don't care if I oppress these people that have been oppressed since their whole fucking existence constantly. I don't care because I got mine. I got money.
So one of the things is like I know that when you start taking Lincoln to like more and more public places and meeting interesting and new people and whatnot, I know that you'll respect Lincoln's own boundaries. And what I mean by that is that some kids do not mix well. Like, have you ever seen that before where like an aunt or an uncle or whatever, for whatever reason, the kid is just kind of standoffish. But how many parents are like, oh, you have to, you know what I mean? That's incredibly damaging to that child. I work with a guy over at the station, and his daughter still does not like me, right? She's, I think, 4 or 5. And here's the thing.
Missing out on a great friend.
No, here's the thing. I don't have a problem with that because she is holding her own boundaries. And as she gets older and becomes an adult, she's going to be empowered to say, like, this is what I want, and not anybody trying to put shit on her will have a fucking real rude awakening, and that's awesome.
My approach to
you got to be able to.
My approach to kids,
right? push them towards that adult
So-
and be like, yeah, you have to.
Don't clip this out of context, but because people are gonna be like, dogs and kids aren't the same. They're not. But I'm saying my approach to kids is
not?
similar to my approach to dogs,
Yeah.
because you if you're new to a dog, you shouldn't approach it. You should let the dog approach you.
Yes.
And I always do that. And like I remember one time I went to pet this dog, and he just barked and ran away. And I was like, all right, you'll come to me when you'll figure it out in your own time. You know what I mean?
Here's a big clue. Don't like walk up to random people in stores and go, "Oh, hi, little," like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Tyler.
Yeah.
It's time to introduce the new
Let's
segment.
do it.
Within a
Oh
segment.
my God, yes.
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, holy sh... Oh, stop the music! This is not joyful. It's the war on Christmas. Oh, Santa's gonna die.
It's the war on Christmas, everybody. How are we doing?
Those fucking non-Christians.
I've always wanted to do something like this. I'm really tempted to add more. As you can hear the chaos in the background. I wanted to add
Just
like
leave it out underneath.
I
It's
wanted to
fine.
make like a deer sound like a deer dying, but I was like that's too
Yeah, what is that?
Or
what does that?
Or I
Is
was
it
gonna
like a
I was
dying
gonna do
giraffe?
Mrs. Claus voice, but like get off my land, and then like like I was gonna go all out. I want to release it on Spotify. Really, I'm hoping that the War on Christmas bumper can be the new All I Want for Christmas is
Awesome.
You. That's my dream. That's really the goal.
You have to
Anyway,
make it a little more melodic.
So like I said, I want to try and get it
More like a song than a bumper.
It might not be every week. And you're like, Jake, the War on Christmas, that's starting too early. Guess what? Christmas starts on November 1st in this stupid country.
I don't know if you're aware. Yeah, I don't know if you're aware of this, but I hear shit about War on Christmas all year.
Have you ever been in a store? Have you
round.
ever been in the store on like October 27th or October 28th,
Yeah,
something like that?
Shithead, they're already starting the.
Well, that's what I mean. Is all the Halloween has been picked, right? And then you just slowly see the Christmas stuff come back in. That's what we went to Target on like October, like last minute, like Halloween decorations.
Yeah.
And yeah, they had already had all the Christmas shit.
You know what
taken
made me quit Target more than anything else was when we would have like the seasonal costumes area. And then they'd be like, "Hey, can you go and I can't remember what it was, but can you go like tidy that up?" And you're just like, "Go fuck
So
yourselves."
this,
man.
no, I'm not going to say it's going to be every week, but
We
I
could.
would like to do it every week to do a War on Christmas inside the Grift Report.
Yeah, because
Uh,
there isn't.
let's talk. No,
That's
okay.
the joke of the thing.
So the whole point of this is
there's a lot of people who say there is.
there's a sequel series up on Disney Plus, first 2 episodes of Tim Allen's The Santa Claus.
Oh,
I wish I could be like. I wish I could make a whole career off grunting like he has.
you know
Like,
what I
that's
really
impressive.
like? You know what I really like is that
I'm-
he blatantly sexualized one of the characters on his show to the point where she literally like became famous from that. Pamela Anderson was the first
Oh
two-time
yeah.
girl.
Hey,
Good for her.
look. I can put away my political differences. Home Improvement was a funny show. Okay, I'm not gonna say it wasn't, but I still hate Tim Allen. Okay, I don't even hate Tim.
there were a lot
I
of
don't hate Tim
times.
Allen.
There were a lot of times that they went a little
Look.
farther right than I cared
Look,
for, but
yeah. Well, here's-
I'm sure the people who are that
Hey,
we're talking
hey.
about hate it when they go too far left.
if Tom Hanks can still be friends with Tim Allen doesn't seem like a bad dude. And he was tweeting about checking up on his buddy Jay Leno, who had got in a serious accident and had like some serious burns, and he went and checked up on him because they're good friends. So Tim Allen isn't a horrible guy. I'm not
if last time I checked, Tom Hanks and Jay Leno are not black or gay,
True, they are white guys.
who are probably straight.
Stop it. You know, I don't think Tim Allen's racist. I do know he's a snitch. And he was a drug mule.
I don't think he is either.
Can you look? Hey, can we talk about that? Can we talk, Tyler?
Yes.
No, not even that. Not even that. I don't even want to talk about the whole him.
I was going to talk about Tim Allen and Kevin Costner real quick.
Oh, we'll get to that because we got. But it's the War on Christmas, so we got to talk about the Santa.
Chris, yes, let's get this out of the
But
way.
I'm just saying the drug
Get it
mule
out of the
thing.
way.
I said it's kind of a great thing of America where he was a drug mule and now he became Santa Claus.
That's cool that he had like a second
redemption.
chance.
Yes.
The problem is that he's one of those
Not
guys
everybody
who
gets it.
doesn't believe in second chances for anybody else.
Anyway.
Despite the badass mustache in his mugshot. That thing is fucking tits, dude.
So
That thing...
can I talk about the fucking Santa Claus, please?
No!
So the show has a line where his Santa says, well, Merry Christmas can be problematic. Now, saying Merry Christmas. First of all, no, it's not. Second of all, no, it's not. Third of all, no, it's not. Nobody has ever in the history of this country said you cannot say Merry Christmas.
Yep.
Nobody's ever said it.
Nope.
Even somebody who's Jewish.
No law's ever been signed. No law's ever been debated saying you can't say Merry Christmas.
I worked with a Jewish man for a year and a half, and he said Merry Christmas and loves Christmas. Like, it's not a big deal. It's not at all.
Yeah, and when you see holiday decorations during the holiday season, what are they typically? Mostly are Christian representations, crosses and Jesus and all that shit.
Nativity scenes. Oh,
It's a rarity to see a menorah.
I was gonna add that in the War on Christmas song. I was gonna be like, protect the nativity scene.
Protect the wooden baby Jesus.
Oh my God, they're saying Happy Holidays!
No.
That's how they act.
By the way, Happy Holidays at its core is
It's the
I hope
nicest
your
thing.
day goes well and you don't die anytime soon.
And I hope you can see your family for the holidays.
I don't know you, but I hope this holiday season, whatever you celebrate, is a joyful one, and that whatever stress you have is lessened during this time. That is the core. And I'm saying happy holidays because I don't know. You might be Jewish. You might be Muslim.
You might be atheist. I don't know.
Right. You might be like, I don't
don't
believe
even
in
celebrate
God.
Christmas.
Right.
So anyway,
it's respect, you fucking pieces of shit.
our buddy from Epicverse.
Did you like how I talked about respecting other people and then literally called them pieces of shit?
Our buddy from Epicverse, Josiah Rises.
Dude, that guy is epic.
He says epic in his video titles. Here's the title: Tim Allen breaks, all caps, woke critics in crazy, all caps, twist. Elites lose their minds. That's all caps.
Were you did you know that when you talked about Josiah Rises, like I sat up in my chair.
I epically shit my pants.
I epically shat my pants.
Here's Josiah talking about
The stream was epic.
epic return of Tim Allen to Santa Claus.
Just one simple little line like this is all it takes to make
The Christmas
this
is problematic.
incredible meltdown take place with the woke weirdos. It is awesome to see that Tim Allen is coming back as this character. Now, of course, it is on Disney Plus and Duck Disney. For all I care, I don't give a crap about anything that Disney is making anymore these days. It is all garbage. It is all trash.
But you'll make videos all
it is awesome
fucking
to see
day.
that Tim Allen is getting this role once again. I'm sure he had to fight tooth and nail to try to even get this role back. Or maybe Disney just realized that, hey, this is a very popular character. Maybe they saw just how terrible things went with the Buzz Lightyear film.
It came out 5 months ago!
Recently, that ended in a complete flop and a lot of backlash because they decided to replace Tim Allen with Chris Evans. Like, what? What are you even doing? So, we all know that Tim Allen is, of course, someone who's
I'm done. I was not going to play the rest of that clip. Okay, I specifically picked that clip out because, again, they have to talk about Lightyear.
Why?
This is the war on Christmas,
Right?
and you're talking about Buzz Lightyear because Tim Allen wasn't Buzz Lightyear in that movie. Jesus.
Whatever.
And he even goes out of his way. He's like, I'm not going to watch this show. Fuck Disney. Or no, sorry, Duck Disney because I don't want to swear and, and lose my monetization.
Do you think maybe the Lightyear movie might have suffered from Tim Allen coming out and saying, I don't know what this crap is? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
When the movie came out and they, he didn't come out and say, like, I don't agree with this shit. But he literally was the old man, like, I don't know what this crap is, and it's not my character.
It's like they don't understand how obvious they're being with their grift.
Way to submarine the fucking...
And saying that I don't like this show, I don't care about this show, but good on Tim Allen for saying this. And most of that video was him reading tweets. And there's some tweets that were out there that I'm like, okay, that's a bit much.
You can read. Wow, fucking
good
for you.
The usual, but people are like that on Twitter where they're like, oh, the Santa hat's a MAGA hat. And brr, 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 brr. Like people say that shit on Twitter, it's whatever. But I think a lot of the criticisms are, why is this line in this show? because these people constantly bitch and moan about not having politics and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you got Tim Allen saying, well, saying Christmas could be problematic. And it's a joke. It's whatever. But the point a lot of people are trying to make is like, shut the fuck up.
You know what I saw at Target the other day? Santa Claus mugs, and the Santa Claus was black.
This fictional character has always been white.
No, I wanted to buy one just to
Alright.
take it to work and see what people would
That's
say.
it. No more war on Christmas. We've finished the war.
We've sullied our brains long enough with these pieces of garbage.
Oh, oh, oh. Oh, holy shit.
All right, so I'm just going to cut into that part. Let's get back to news. We split up the news a little bit there.
Just farted.
Let's talk about DC because Tyler loves talking about DC. Did you fart because it's DC news? I just fucking ripped ass.
This might be one of those weird, rare farts of mine that smells.
So David Zaslav was asked about what's the future of DC.
Why are you talking about your farts?
What's the future for DC with James
Sure,
Gunn
sure,
and
sure.
the other guy? I can't
Sure.
remember his name. So he
James Gunn and that other dude.
Here's a quote from Zaslav. I think over the next few years, you're going to see a lot of growth and opportunity around DC. There's not going to be 4 Batmans. So we're not going to get Batflick and Keaton. And all this stuff.
What about Flashpoint, you piece of shit?
What?
Isn't there going to be like 8 Batmans in that one?
He's saying after that, that's not going to...
Oh, okay.
I think he
I
continues...
don't like DC. Do you notice this?
Yeah, I know. He continues, quote, and so part of our strategy is drive the hell out of DC, which James and Peter are going to do. I think they've thrilled the fans. I think they're going to thrill you over a period of time.
You
End
fucking
quote.
better.
So this is interesting. Good, in a sense. This is the problem I'm running into. So he's saying there's not going to be 4 Batmans, but we're still going to have Todd Phillips' Joker movies.
Yep.
We're still going to have Matt Reeves' Batman stuff with the series, all the series he's going to do, all the movies.
Why?
So
nobody needs an
So-
extra series for the movie. Sorry. You okay?
I gotta screw my mic back on.
But like the whole like Dune sisterhood, like which is never gonna. I'm never gonna see that. Stop announcing it. You're not
but
gonna do it. You're
see-
ultimately not gonna do it. Stop it. I don't need the extraneous shit.
See, this is the one time that I might actually agree with Nerdrotic on something. And that's the thing. Is
I thought you were gonna say me, but I guess that would never.
no,
happen.
no, because he always says the problem is we've called art content, and I think he's right in a sense because we have things like the Penguin Show and the Dune Sisterhood Show and all these supplementary shows that have to exist because they have to justify having a streaming service.
And despite the fact that they might be like written by people who care about these projects,
and I'm sure there's going to have great writers on it. I'm not trying to
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to critique anything before it comes
but
out.
the point is that the people greenlighting these projects are thinking of them as how much of the market share can we grab with this extra shit.
It's like there's a viral clip that Bo Burnham had when he was doing promotion for his movie 8th Grade, and then it's been floating around again on Twitter and stuff. And he's right. Is we are in the age where everything that you have, every app that you have, is vying for your time. And it's the profit is not the ads; it is your time scrolling on the side. It's your time commenting or tweeting or whatever.
Oh
you're
God,
doing.
yes.
And
I hate that when I'm just like,
and that is a problem that it is trying to transition into entertainment. So I can understand when they announce all like Phase 4 alone with movies and TV shows was 16 projects. That's a lot to throw at people in a couple of years.
I read an article where people are like kind of getting sick of the constant content.
I could see that. I saw that article, but the problem I have with that is Black Panther still made $400 million. You're right. There is fatigue.
What I took the article to mean is that there is inevitable fatigue coming to a point where they are going to start having bad.
And you and I are still going to watch it, but most people might not.
Was it you and I and Luke who talked about this way back in the day? How?
Yeah, that was like my first step.
I think you guys were like, yeah, there's a fatigue coming, and I'm like, I don't think so. And sure enough, you guys were right.
Well, when you put 16 projects in the last 2 years in people, with most of it being 6 hours because it's 6 episodes.
Here's something you need to know about me. I have nothing in my life, like nothing. Okay, I got a job and that's it. Okay, so I have time
this podcast.
for this shit. Right. Hobby.
You got this hobby, yeah.
Hobby. No, but
Pay us money.
but I have time for all of this content, and I love it. But you know what? I know that not everybody does. In fact, most people do not.
Well,
and they're taking time away from their families to do this.
Exactly.
And,
There's the family
it's
aspect.
It's a bad thing. It's a trend that is not.
I mean,
shouldn't continue.
When you're in a situation when you're in a situation that I'm in, where I work at night and my wife works during the day, where there's sometimes where we're like, this is our show, we have to watch together, da da da. That, so then we have to find ways to watch
schedule stuff.
And again,
what if something comes up?
But then you know what? You watch that and you're like, well, I haven't caught up on it. Like me, I'm way behind on Andor, and I'm trying to like catch up. And
and how many times have you planned something with your significant other, and for whatever reason, you're both too tired?
That's the thing too. People gotta sleep.
You throw something on the TV and like veg out on the couch together for like a couple hours, and then go to bed.
So.
Well, we didn't catch up on that, but man, I am well rested and mentally healthy and wide awake.
The reason
sometimes you need that.
But I think that's an interesting conversation to have about this with DC, because it is interesting because now DC, they've got to take, and I've been saying this for years, and I've been saying this since the first Avengers movie, which is amazing that these guys haven't learned a lesson in 10 years. Learn from Marvel's failures. Yeah. Learn from Marvel's mistakes. And I think James Gunn will, and I think I'm interested to see, because I've heard that they're going to start announcing what they plan to do in the next couple months.
Okay.
And
don't get ahead of yourselves.
Well, he can't only do so much because he's got to.
I'm saying, James, learn from the mistake of DC's past.
And
also,
and I get it. We live in, like we just talked about, everything, and I even said it before. Rings, when they did the Rings of Power and House of Dragon comparison and this and that, I'm like, you can't do that anymore. You cannot compare Marvel and DC anymore, because it's now Marvel versus everything else. It's DC versus everything else to capture your time.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that the best thing they could do is learn and understand absence makes the heart grow fonder. Because Marvel's already full steam ahead. They're going to keep pushing content for the rest of our fucking days.
time.
But DC can say, you know what, you're getting a Superman movie, but we're going to take our time with it. We're going to develop it, and you're not getting it for at least 3 years. You're not getting a Batman movie for another 4 years.
Don't announce it!
Tyler, no, you have to, because you're a publicly traded company.
Well, that's on you.
But
we want more money.
But
I didn't ask you to get more.
Also, I'm just saying, learn from Marvel's mistakes and don't make all these projects, so then you have visual effects workers that are overworked and underpaid, and sometimes the product doesn't look very good. So take your time. And I know that's going to suck, and people like you and me, like, come on, give us something new. We're going to want that. But the best movies are always better when there's time dedicated. And yes, we know most movies are put together by bubblegum and duct tape, but look how good those first Marvel movies are. Look at those Phase 1 movies and look at the quality and how good they look. And then look at Phase 4 when you had all of these people doing 16 fucking projects through a pandemic, mind you. So a lot of these people have to stay up all night at home to get this shit done. So learn from Marvel's mistakes. And I like that they're saying we're not going to do 4 Batman. I mean, have your Elseworld stories with Matt Reeves.
Well, we've talked about one key thing that you haven't talked about, and we have before on the show, is that, there's a finite amount of people with cards and smart TVs. Now, it grows exponentially, every week, every month, every year as people get older and, whatever. But you cannot sustain the model that they have for profit.
Yeah, it's unsustainable.
It's unsustainable.
There's only so many hours in a day.
And in their minds, this is why they're fucked. In their minds, they think the more subscribers we get, the more money we can throw at these projects, which is not the way they should be thinking at all. They should be thinking the more money we throw at these projects, the more subscribers we can keep.
If I'm DC,
right?
Yeah, well, yeah. And
you should be talking about keeping people, not adding as many people as possible.
But that's the thing. That's what Apple TV Plus has done. They realized we're not going to compete with Netflix and HBO
to a little bit lesser degree, Amazon has as well.
And Prime. We're not going to compete with that. So what we're going to do, we're going to get a bunch of creators. They're going to make really good quality content, and that's it. So people will, and like you said, people will stay to watch the next season because it's so good they want to know more. Now they might cancel their subscription, but they'll give that money back to go watch it again.
Here's a perfect example. I let my HBO Max lapse. I don't know if you remember that, like my card, whatever.
And Avenue 5 is back.
Right. So guess who got their HBO Max subscription back? This fucking asshole.
We should talk about that when it ends.
I haven't watched any of it.
I watched like the first 4 or 5 episodes.
Already?
Yeah. They're
Of
up
the
to like
new
episode
season?
6, man. Yeah.
Oh, see, I think I need to watch the last episode of last season.
Oh, there's a
first.
huge recap in the first
Okay, never
season
mind,
2.
never mind.
Because they know it's been like 2 years, so they're like,
I almost
want to
rewatch the season, the episode where everybody's in front of the airlock and that stupid
I can't-
fucker is like, I'm in FX. That's industry lingo for effects. That's not real. That's not real.
Yeah.
And people keep getting shot out in the airlock. It's like, oh my god, it's COVID. Holy shit.
Well, that's the thing. I hate
prescient at the time.
I hate these comedies, and I love them, but I hate them because they're painful. Because
the comedy comes from tragedy almost.
The same guy,
things getting fucked up and things going wrong. That's where the comedy comes
same
from.
guy
I'm the
that
same way.
the same team that made this made Veep. And if you've watched Veep,
That's why like shows like The
if you
Office.
if you haven't, you should, because Veep is one of the
I've watched it.
homie.
No, but like
No, buddy. When he said in the last season where they did a whole MAGA thing, he was fighting math. His one issue that he was running on was he hated math, and he wanted to get rid of math. And I'm like, why is this so accurate? I'm crying and laughing. Also, Death of Stalin. The people that made Veep and Avenue 5 also did Death of Stalin. Very funny movie. You should check it out.
Check it out.
So anyway, back to DC. I think I have hope because of James Gunn being attached.
Yeah.
Because I think James works enough in that Marvel machine to understand how that works and kind of can implement that and also maybe learn from it. And I love the idea of a Green Lantern HBO Max show. I don't think we'll ever fucking see.
Right.
And I don't mind doing some characters on HBO Max, but you cannot do what Marvel's doing because then you are asking people to watch 15 hours of Marvel content and then
A week.
15 hours.
Like a week.
Well, you're asking them to watch a Star Wars show, a Marvel show, and a DC show, and then a Game of Thrones or a Rings of Power or whatever.
They've been pretty good about staggering things. I think wasn't Miss Marvel and She-Hulk both on at the same time at some point?
No, it was Obi-Wan and Miss Marvel.
Okay.
And so then they moved She-Hulk to Thursdays and put Andor out on Wednesdays.
Because okay, so
Which that's going to be on cable. Did you see that?
DC what?
They're pushing. Disney wants people to watch Andor so bad they're putting it on Hulu. They're putting it on ABC. Like they're putting it on cable. They're putting it everywhere.
It is. If you love Star
I
Wars,
need to watch it. I know.
I'm not. I know that. Here, I'm telling you, if you're listening to this and you haven't seen Andor yet because you've heard one thing or
I've
another.
watched 6 episodes.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the person who might not have seen it yet. If you love Star Wars, if you loved Rogue One especially, and you liked that corner of the universe that kind of brought up in that thing, you are going to be flat out just blown away by Andor. It is really, really good. It's a different kind of Star Wars project.
Tyler, it's boring. It's boring. No
It's
shit.
a bunch of motherfuckers standing around talking all the time. Where's the goddamn spaceships and lasers? Where's the Wookiees?
That's a great example. You could have something like Andor that's really good, but slip through the cracks because there's so much other shit. Like me, for example, I'm like, oh fuck, I'm 6 episodes behind. How'd this happen?
You have to watch and these are slow burn storylines, dude. Slow burn. How many did you make it through the Aldani stuff?
I
did you see
just
when they
started episode 7,
which is when they actually do the robbery?
It's right after the heist.
Okay.
Episode 6
How many
is the heist.
episodes did that take? Like 3 for them to actually do
'cause,
the heist after they introduced him to those people?
Who's the dude that wrote it?
Troy Gilroy?
Gilroy.
Tony Gilroy.
Gilroy wrote it in. They were 4 3-episode arcs.
Yeah.
So
But
the first arc is Andor getting off of his planet.
Right, but
The second arc is the heist, and then. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like how long it took.
well,
the
that's what I
actual
mean. It took
heist to
3
happen,
episodes
right.
for that to happen.
And it's
It's a slow burn.
it's good though.
It's great because it builds tension and it builds that.
Oh, the stakes feel so much higher, right?
With the first 3 episodes, the third episode being the climax of that first arc, that was insane. That was intense. That was yeah. I know Andy Serkis is in it. I know there's a Prison Break with Andy Serkis in it. It's really intense. I will watch it when it happens. I will get there because I do want to talk about, and we're going to talk about the whole season, like a big season 1 review on the show.
What if I don't want to?
Next week, because this coming Wednesday is the last
I believe
one,
it was 11 this past week. Yeah.
Yeah, so 12. It's 12 episodes.
But I told Jake off the air. I told him like every episode because I watched.
And I'm gonna binge it, so I don't know how that's gonna be binging.
This is why I was gonna tell. Yeah, this is what I was telling him. Like I watch the episode every week as it comes out, and it's an hour long, but it feels longer in a good way. Like it's so intense that I feel exhausted.
Forget how much happens.
I feel exhausted by the end of it, kind of. But just because it's so intense, and so I wanted to warn Jake, like, hey, if you need to take a break, do so, because you know what I'm talking about. You've watched the show, so it ramps up to like 111 from there. I'm serious. It gets even,
but that's a great example.
Even higher stakes.
There could be a DC show like Andor that's
sure.
really good. That'd be right up my alley, and I completely miss it. So they have to be really conscious of shit like that, and that's also a problem. I
also owned Hulu.
No, but and that's true. If Disney really wants, they could throw shit on Hulu. And
it's kind of like this. I own a house, and I own the house next door to me, but my neighbor is a renter at that house, and I love some politician. And I put the thing in my own yard because it's my yard. And even though they rent, still my yard.
Anyway.
So I put the same one over there, even though they don't like that politician. That's what Disney putting Andor on Hulu is like.
Tyler, let's wrap it up.
I don't like that Andor show. Quit putting it on my yard.
Let's wrap up the news with some...
Fuck you.
Ow!
Oh!
Rumor mill.
What happened? Oh, yeah. What happened to the rumor mill thing?
We never made one.
Oh.
You fucking bitch. Why am I so mean to you?
You're not that mean.
Oh, I am. I slap him around when you're not here. Off mic.
Listen.
I go, hey, stop it!
That is not
like that.
That is not funny to make fun.
Dude, they're gonna clip me this episode.
We're fucked.
So let's get into
We're kind of fucked. Let's just go for it.
Let's go for the rumors. There's a rumor aflutter.
Yeah.
Take it with a grain of salt. I don't believe it.
I'm a flutter.
With this news that Owen Wilson could be reprising his role as Mobius M. Mobius in Deadpool 3.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that makes total sense. If
this would add to my theory that this is going to be a multiverse, and he's gonna pluck Hugh Jackman from a different universe.
Ryan Reynolds is here's like
if this is true, I don't buy it.
There's not a lot of creators that I trust implicitly, but I trust Ryan Reynolds because I know that Feige is giving him fairly carte blanche. It's not a blank check per se like he got at Fox.
Yeah, and it's going to be the first R-rated MCU movie.
Yes.
So that'll be
But
exciting.
he basically has been given a blank check, but there's a limit kind of thing, like you can't go over this amount. But it's like it's an insane amount, right?
There's so many things you can do. Yeah.
Right. And Reynolds knows this character so well and knows comics so well. For a really good looking guy, you're like, when did you read comics?
Did he tell you he cried when he saw the costume?
Oh my! I would have too. Like, I mean,
that's a great costume. It's super comic accurate.
Dude. Everything that he has done in these movies is done from the perspective of a comic fan.
As someone who likes the character.
Yes, I hate that he killed off X-Force in Deadpool 2.
That was funny as hell, man.
It was still right. It was hilarious. So it's like, okay, that sucks, but we still got Domino. Okay.
Even and in
still
the
got
fact,
Cable.
Well, and the fact that they did the thing with the ashes to even make him look like the X-Force uniform, I'm like, that's a double middle finger to kill the X-Force and then have him look like the X-Force costume.
Right. But whatever you want to say, he makes it funny, he makes it good, and he makes it accurate, and he makes it something that is enjoyable for comic book fans to see. And whatever he does with Deadpool 3, being able to convince Hugh Jackman to come out of retirement for the role.
Hugh Jackman contacted him.
It totally makes sense that they're going to do. Wow. It totally makes sense that they're going to do some sort of multiversal thing involving the TVA.
And I think that's a fun way to introduce him into the MCU. And
Loki season 2 is coming out before that, right?
Yeah, because
Okay.
this isn't coming out until 20. They even delayed it a couple weeks.
Here's
So it's
another
like
segment
middle
for
of,
our Hey Kevin Feige, let us write this shit already. You ready? Okay, here's what happens.
Also-
Season 2 of Loki.
Can I point out before
No.
we talked about this?
No.
Tyler thought it said Morbius in Deadpool 3 and almost blew his lid. Like, what the fuck?
Fuck that shit. It's
No,
Morbid
it's
time.
It's Mobius. Yeah, he got morbed.
It's got morbed. So Loki season 2 happens. Whatever's going on with the Kang, a Variance Authority, because that's what it's called now. KVA, I'll bet you. Kang Variance Authority.
Kava.
Did you say Teva?
Kava.
No, did you say Teva before?
Kevin.
Holy shit, mind
Oh my gosh, Kevin
Oh my
Feige's
god, we're doing the Telekin.
Whoa,
So
whoa, whoa. How we feel about Quantum Mania?
I'm not done. So
That was an interesting trailer.
that also comes out too before
February.
Loki season 2.
February.
Awesome. Okay, so all that shit is going to introduce Loki and they're going to or Kang and they're going to do all this stuff. And what's going to happen is Mobius is going to escape from some sort of catastrophic event where like everybody gets captured and or killed by Kang, and he is going to use whatever he needs to cross the multiverse to try and find a true champion who can help the 616 universe. And he's going to find Deadpool.
Beyonder.
He's going to find out about Fuck, you know what? If Reynolds puts Beyonder in Deadpool 3, that would be cool because it would lead into fucking Secret
They
Wars.
won't, I don't think they'll do Beyonder, to be honest. I
hope they do
think
with that stupid fucking 80s perm that he has.
I think Jonathan,
yes.
What if they made Kang the Beyonder? Like they changed that origin.
If it works. I don't know.
I
I'd prefer not.
I don't
but
think.
whatever.
Honestly, I don't think they're touching the Beyonder. I think it's too silly. But then again, that hasn't stopped them before.
I always thought that it would be a great way to Okay, so when Molecule Man first gets his powers,
Oh Jesus!
he shoots a hole into this pocket universe where nothing existed but this person, the Beyonder. And that was the first time he saw anything but his own universe.
But here's the thing: I don't know if they're going to do
That's the comic.
I think they might do.
I'm just saying, there's ways with the
But
current
I
MCU that you
don't-
could keep that
I
accurate.
think they're going to do.
Molecule Man's a cool character.
I think they're going to do Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars.
I
And
think he'd
not
fuck
the,
off.
Not the original Secret Wars, or they have. Maybe they do. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But
Bring me the Beyonder.
I think if the Mobius thing is true, it's all the more reason that Deadpool is going to be the one that brings the Fox X-Men. Like he's the one that finds the new X-Men in the MCU, or somehow
I'm not going to
introduces
say
them.
that the X-Men are going to save. I'm just saying like Deadpool will be like a guy that like, hey, you understand.
I think it would be smart if they took the one character that makes the most sense, like
Mobius-
Deadpool.
Yes, Mobius the character will be
jump
like,
universes.
hey, you understand somehow something that we don't, which is that you're a character in a movie or whatever. Can you help us? Because we're fucked.
You need to give me that Deadpool Secret Wars.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I do. It's actually really good.
Cullen Bunn, man, he knows how.
It's fucking great, dude.
He knows
And
how to
it-
write Deadpool.
It doesn't ruin the comic, the original Secret Wars at all. Like, it doesn't take anything away from it. It explains a couple of plot holes in a very interesting way, and it actually ends in a very satisfying and true to the narrative. It doesn't fuck the Secret Wars, and it doesn't fuck Deadpool. By the way, they explain away how nobody remembers him,
It's time to get.
why he wasn't in the.
Speaking of getting fucked, here's the long. Box.
Is that a UFO landing or an old man taking a shit?
Is that a? Hey, what's in my box? I'll go first.
Okay.
Since you got a whole bit you want to fucking
fucker.
do.
Just go.
My long box is pretty obvious. If you've been talking, especially to my wife, if you've been talking to me in the last few days, it's fucking God of War Ragnarok. That game, mwah, chef's kiss. It's, and I'm gonna be as vague as possible because I do want to do like a big.
You laughed, you cried. It was much better than Cats.
I laughed, I cried, I lost 15 pounds. It was incredible.
Wow. Is this a Wii game?
No, well, I'll be truthful. There are moments that I did cry, and I did get caught emotionally by it. But
To a video game.
yeah, because they're art, you piece of shit. I keep calling you names.
What? No, I don't mind.
No,
it's part of the charm.
No,
it's part of our rapport.
And I said it in the one shots episode I did and put up on our YouTube and on this feed. I've been playing this game since it came out. So I've been playing this game. I didn't play the first one until the second one came out, but I've been with this franchise for like 13 years. So to see the heights that it's reached, and to see and play a game that I can honestly, and I have not finished it, but I can honestly tell you right now, it's probably one of my favorite games of all time, if not my favorite game. Like,
You're so adorable.
It does things that I didn't expect. It tells a story that I'm very surprised by. It takes some chances. No, some of them I don't really like.
It took me out to dinner to a place that I might not have eaten
It
before.
wined me. It dined me.
It took me out
It
took me out to an Ethiopian place I'd never been, and you know what? Pleasantly surprised.
I was. And I just love how, and if you're so, and like,
It taught me things.
I was always much more into Greek mythology than Norse mythology, but if you like North,
Yeah, try saying Norse mythology 3 times. The only reason I get it right a lot is because I've been saying it all my life.
Anyway, if you like Norse mythology, I think you'll really like how clever and interesting how they approach Ragnarok itself and how all that happens. And it's I have not beat it. It's much longer than the last one, and I also love that they're going in a different. Like there's so many side quests that I haven't touched. I'm trying to get to because I'm really trying to finish the game at this point. But like one of them was, you know who Mimir is? It's me. You know who Mimir is? And nobody texts you.
No, I don't know who. No, I don't.
Mimir?
Mimir?
That's
Is
how
it a god?
Yeah. He's the smartest man alive.
In what kind? In the
Norse
god of war?
In Norse mythology.
How do you spell it?
Mimir. Whatever, dude. Point is, he used to work for Odin, and he caught.
Yeah, he's the vizier.
Yes.
The vizier. Yeah, but okay. He's
What?
A huge character.
He is in this.
Well, that's fucking on them, isn't it? Jeez.
Anyway,
pick up a book.
You do a side quest for him.
Pick up a book.
You do a side quest for him, and you like free this giant animal. It's really cool. And then, like another example, I was doing a random side quest, and I'm on this like boat that can fly because it's Freyr's boat, or excuse me, Freyr, however you want to pronounce it.
Freya.
Well, it's her brother, Freya and Freyr. Anyway,
there's no Freyr.
Oh my god, dude! Yes, there is.
No, there is not. In the Norse mythology, Freya doesn't have a brother named Freyr.
It's a Vanir god. It's the Aesir and the Vanir. He's a Vanir god.
Okay.
He's from Vanaheim. You ever been to Vanaheim? It's beautiful this time of year.
They got a great hockey stadium where the Vanaheim Ducks play.
I'll fucking take you to Will Tree right now.
I'm gonna say
I'll finish this. I'm done.
But no, I want to make clear. I have just been acting like a total jerk and gatekeeping kind of just now, and there are a lot of things that I might not know.
There's also the game is different, so
right that it might be a artistic license, whatever. But the bottom line is that like nobody owns these stories, and just because I might not have heard them doesn't mean that they're wrong. And I was acting like a jerk, and I'm sorry.
You should be.
This is how people This is how people should act when they realize they're wrong, right?
Once the show is over, I am going to
show
Google
you how to
search
do it.
Freyr and prove to you that he's
Fucking do it
existed.
right fuck now, or you're finishing your
'cause you gotta
goddamn
do your-
story.
I'm done. You got to finish your thing.
All right, goddamn it.
Anyway, you take his boat that can fly, and you're flying because you're following this trail. And you're trying to find this person.
He's got
And you're
trails,
flying
huh?
in the air, and it's already cool enough, right? And then you get hit randomly by a dragon, and you fall down, and then you've already finished the quest, and the dragon hits you out of the sky. And I was like, that's just a random side quest I could have totally missed. Like, that's cool that they went through the effort to make the side quests worth checking out. And because once you beat the game, you can go back and play all the side quests. And so I'm going to do that. But I fucking love it.
One of my favorite.
My wife is really sick of me talking about it. That's for sure.
One of my favorite games to finish was the original Lego Star Wars.
Those games are fun.
It was
They're cute.
it was the first 6 movies.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like everything at the time.
This-
I'd love to play the Skywalker Saga because it like has all of them.
9 of them, yeah.
But the funnest part was like
I
how
played the
you,
Marvel ones. They're pretty fun.
The funnest part is how you like, you unlock, you unlock different pieces and whatnot, so you can get like droids, or you can get like, Ewoks who are shorter, things like that, and people who jump higher to access places. Like when you play the level through the first time, you play with the character they give you basically. And then there's other, like there's different little goodies that you can find, but you have to be certain characters to access them, right? So like there's a bunch of shit in one level that you can access as a droid, but you're not a droid in the first time you play through it. That's when you do the free play.
It's the same thing with the Lego Marvel and the DC one.
Which is that's cool as fuck. I think that's really
we should
cool.
play the Lego Marvel game on the channel at some point.
On what?
The channel. The YouTube channel. Together, because it's co-op.
Oh. There's a game?
Lego Marvel?
You can play it on YouTube?
We'll put it up on YouTube.
Oh. I thought you were saying, like, I'm like, wait a second, you can play games on YouTube? So much of a boomer I am.
Tyler. Wait, it's not what's in my mouth?
No, it is for a second here. All right, you can shut it down. So
It is for a second. All right, now turn it down.
So, here's the thing. I really like the Hostess line of products. I am always impressed by the consistency and the loveliness of everything. And for what's in my mouth this week, I'm going to go ahead and take a bite of this muffin sticks, which I've had before. And it's a Hostess product.
Delicious. Good stuff.
Oh, it's fucking burnt! Burnt! You can't see it, but it's burnt. It's like shit.
Oh, I thought you were doing this for
No.
the Candace Cameron thing.
Well, I'll get to that. But it's burnt. And Hostess, what the fuck is going on with your inspection process? Just stop it. A couple weeks ago, it was vanilla zingers. And now it's my goddamn muffin sticks. Just burnt. Okay.
Maybe you should have better health options.
Maybe I should stop eating crap.
Yeah.
My long box this week, thanks for giving me the platform for that. Because,
Dang it.
hey, man, I pay a lot of money for this manufactured processed shit.
I apologize, Hostess. He is just a rebel without a cause.
A rebel without a...
Your blood.
Whoa, Tyler.
So my long box this week is 2 80s sitcoms.
What's in my mouth?
One of them is
Step Right Up.
Growing Pains. Step Right Up.
That show kind of just ended. I was surprised that was the finale, by the
There's
way.
only 8. Yeah.
Anyway. Step Right Up. What?
So
Damn it.
Growing Pains and Full House.
Why,
And,
Tyler?
well, there's a sibling, a pair of siblings that act in respectively these 2 shows when they were much younger, and one of them is Kirk Cameron, who was in Growing Pains. He's
Champion
also,
of Christmas, Kirk Cameron.
Oh yeah, the fuckface who was in all of the Left Behind movies.
Oh my God, Kevin Sorbo is in one.
The shithead who will literally make the director bring in his wife because he
can't
refuses
kiss.
to kiss any other woman but his wife, even in an acting scene.
Hey, that's dedication.
Whatever. He also got this poor girl fired because she needed some money when she was younger and posed for Playboy, and as soon as his Christian ass found out. By the way, can I just tell you, this was the 80s when a whole lot more shit could go, and motherfucker was having poon thrown at him like it was fucking pies. Like it was like he was a clown and it was a bunch of cream pies. Just thrown at him.
Well, he definitely had cream pie.
Daily. And what is this?
Beat that beaver up. Wow. Oh, my Lord.
That was what it was like, yeah.
What does this guy do?
He
Then beat that beaver up. Wow.
No. He was intensely
he
all
beat
this
that
shit.
Jesus
All this bullshit, dude. And it is bullshit. Okay, just fuck.
So then his sister says, "I'm gonna leave."
No, his sister Cameron, Candace Cameron, was on Full House, and I want you to watch these 2 shows and watch these 2 privileged, entitled little white fuckers And I want you to watch these fuckers who are totally like just sheltered their whole lives and have no idea what it's like to not be white or whatever in a society that pretty much hates anything that's not. And you watch these little fuckers and you think, oh, they're in Hollywood and maybe they'll get the point that like a diverse group of people is healthy and that not everybody has to believe what you believe. And what do? They grow up to be two of the shittiest Christians that I've ever fucking known in my life. What's her name decides to take away from Hallmark because the guy who owned Hallmark, or the president of Hallmark Networks,
Oh my God.
was upset, Abbott something, was upset over the depiction of LGBTQ plus representations. And the fact that there was a movie that actually had two main characters who were gay. So he left ostensibly because of that. But what he said was something else. And she did the same thing. But everybody knows that they left because they're Christians and they don't believe in gayness. Nobody asked you to. But you know, when you come out, when you've been accused of being a homophobic and actively seeking to harm a group of marginalized people who have done nothing to you, and your answer to "Are you homophobic?" is, "Listen, anybody who knows me knows that it doesn't matter where you're from or who you love. I love you." That didn't answer the question, asshole. What do you believe? What do you believe? And she even said, like, we have diversity in front of and behind the camera. Well, okay, but if you're in the movie, no gays allowed, right?
Pretty much.
Like, is that part of your contract? I'd love to read her contract.
You can't say I love everybody, but I'm going to leave this company because too many gay people are there. You can't.
Why else would you leave it?
You can't.
And then your reasonings are so fucking vague and gaslit. Well, they're going to focus more on traditional marriage, which is a good, nice way of saying I don't like gay people.
Tyler.
That's going to be clipped out.
Can we watch Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas?
I would like to throw both him and Chelsea Noble, his wife,
it's
off
on
of
YouTube.
A cliff. I would
it's
like
on
to
YouTube
throw them
for free.
Off of a cliff.
It's on YouTube
to
for free.
rid them. Yeah, we can totally. To rid
I'm not giving it money.
To rid our world of people like that, because people like that are fucking the human race daily.
Well, no, they're not. They're Christian.
Only for they do fuck the human race every day, but only for procreation, not for pleasure.
So her brother, Kirk Cameron's Saving
that
Christmas.
perfume thing just hits me like a fucking bullet, man. I'll just be talking, da-da-da-da-da, and then just...
This movie has an 18% on Metacritic.
Sweet.
18% on TV Guide.
It's got to be good.
He also told people responding to the negative reviews, he told his fans to storm the gates of Rotten Tomatoes and give positive reviews of Saving Christmas. So he
all
said,
6 of them.
Review bomb this, and it did not work. It's on YouTube for free. Let's see. It's probably on of course it's on Tubi. Everything's on Tubi. LaQuisha's on Tubi.
Tubi just doesn't give a fuck anymore.
No, they
You know
don't.
what? They're going to start fucking showing Leni Riefenstahl films from fucking Nazi Germany.
I was going to say they're going to show Birth of a Nation or something.
Somebody's going to unearth it and be like, hey, it's public domain. We can make money off
Look
of
at
that.
this fucking Ku Klux Klan propaganda
Right?
film. It's on Tubi.
Hey, you probably shouldn't be showing that. It's free.
Dude.
Shut up. It's content, right?
Dude, do you think
Which
we could
brings us back
make an
around.
account?
Huh?
Do you think you could make an account and make a shitty movie and put it on Tubi?
Fuck yes, dude. Like a really terrible...
Yeah.
Well, any movie we make would be really terrible.
Oh, I know. I've accepted that. I'm not a good filmmaker. I'm a decent podcaster.
The point of today's episode,
Not even a
as
good
we
podcast.
wrap it up and
let's get
kind
outta
of, do a old end of the thing, the point of our episode today is leave people alone.
Please. Sorry.
Jesus.
That is the moral of the story. Let people be gay. Let people be trans. Let people live their life.
Yes.
Let them live their truth.
And if you have a problem with people not living their lives, and this especially extends to the Camerons, who, by the way, I forgot to announce, I'm going to have a special web series coming out that is called The Camerons Can Go Straight to Hell. And what it is...
But then you have to watch Saving Christmas.
Yeah.
Wait, what is it?
Oh, it's just a show where I'm going to do about 10 minutes once a week throughout the Christmas season, just illustrating how these two Christians are actually fucking awful, terrible people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because fuck them. Can I do it one more time? Those fuckers? Because you laughed when I called them fuckers.
That's true.
These little fuckers.
Nope.
Oh, was it too loud?
No, I didn't have the right one.
Well, you had to turn down because of the music. Don't forget.
It's not even.
Nope.
We'll leave you with this.
Oh, 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 Merry Christmas. Oh, 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 holy
Shit! You know these muffin sticks are still really good, though.
Oh, stop the music!
This is what happens. This is what goes
This
through
is
the
not
Cameron's
joyful.
mind when someone
It's
says
the
Happy
war on
Holidays.
Christmas.
Yes! That is why they need to be stopped!
Oh, 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 Santa's gonna die.
I'm coming for you, DJ Tanner. Mike Seaver, you're gonna die. Oh, panel off job with Jake and Tyler.